Hi, my name is Robert. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. Okay, at the donor car, I'm doing a final drain on the coolant system. It's all cooled down. I'm getting ready to replace the thermostat. So I have hex head bolts that I'm putting in the thermostat housing so I don't have to wrestle with those T40s, and I'm pulling out the flush stat. I have the flush stat removed. The new Whaler is stat installed with the bleed pin at the highest point. So I'm going to go ahead and secure the thermostat housing back on it. Had to use the swivel joint to work my way back in on that bolt on the back side, and I'm just screwing it down hand tight with the screwdriver. That seal should keep that sealed so I don't lose coolant. You don't have to torque these things down too tight. Okay, I have the system filled up as much as I can at the time. I'm squeezing the top rad hose, and I'm not getting any more space in that coolant reservoir. So I'm going to put the cap on it. I'm going to run the vehicle up to temperature to circulate all of that coolant in there real good, and then I'm going to shut the car off, let it cool down, back it up, and work on the suspension and the window switches. The engine sounds really good and smooth, so I'm glad everything's smoothed out there. Looks like my little clamp on top of my reservoir is leaking a little bit of coolant, so I'm going to replace that clamp with a worm clamp after I get the system stabilized. And yesterday, right before I left, I had rolled this window down and I couldn't get it to roll back up with the switches. So I'm going to check my video on repairing those switches and get that done real quick so that these switches could be in working order. This window and the window behind it would not roll up. Looks like it may be an original Volvo switch pack in the vehicle. Can't really see a date on it unless this says 07, but at any rate it's not working right, so I'm going to take it apart and fix it. Okay, the coolant temp is slowly rising. I'm going to try to see if it'll rise up around 220 to trigger that fan, and then see if it'll cut that fan off. So let's just watch the temp and see when the fan comes on. And the RPM is holding rock steady at 840, which is great. Okay, we're slowly climbing. We're at 209. Most of the time these vehicles, the fan will cut on at 216. We jumped up to 224. Sounds like the fan cut on. Let's see if it starts coming down. Going up out of control. I think the temp sensor might be bad. So I'm going to go ahead and shut it down if it reaches 238. It hit 240, it looks like, and the fan turned on the high. I'm not sure how accurate that is because the gauge on the dash is not rising. So I'm going to go ahead and shut it off. I'm not going to risk overheating it, and I'm going to replace that temp sensor. And that's where it is on the dash. As soon as I cut the car off, the fan cut off, and that's not normal for these vehicles when it detects the temperature is above 230. So I'm going to replace the temp sensor and go from there. The coolant reservoir has gone down a little bit, and I got some smoking back here on the back of the motor. Not sure what that is. Maybe something burning off, something that spilled down on the exhaust. Okay, I cleaned out under all the contacts. I bent the contacts so that they make their connections properly. So this switch pack is functioning all the windows properly. I'm going to put it back together and just verify that it works. Okay, let's test it. Driver's window. Up, down. Passenger front window. not going up or down. Let's make sure we get it on. Alright, I switched it to on. Must not have the on-off switch in the right position when I snapped it together. Let me open this back up and get this switch right. Well, after working on the switch and getting it all working, I closed it and something didn't close right. And when I plugged it in, it blew the whole switch pack out. So I had to get a replacement, and my buddy had one, looks like brand new and works good. So I'm going to chunk this in the trash. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.